For decades, the idea of UFOs was dismissed as a subject for dreamers, conspiracy theorists, or science fiction. To even mention them in serious discussions was to risk ridicule. Governments denied, the media mocked, and witnesses were often silenced. But in the last 10 years, something has shifted. The word UFO has been replaced with UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, and with that subtle change came an unprecedented acknowledgement. Officials, pilots, and even military institutions now admit that something unknown is in our skies.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
Why now? Why, after decades of denial, are we suddenly hearing confessions, testimonies, and even leaked footage from official sources? Reports of sightings have exploded across the world. Perhaps it's the spread of smartphones, drones, and surveillance technology. Maybe it's the ease with which videos can now go viral, reaching millions in hours. But the scale goes beyond shaky recordings on YouTube. Some of the most important sightings have come from military pilots, trained observers who risked their reputations by coming forward. The most famous of these is the so-called Tic Tac UFO encounter. In 2017, footage recorded by US Navy fighter pilots was leaked to the press, showing an object with no wings, no exhaust, and no visible means of propulsion, moving in ways no known aircraft could replicate. In 2020, the Pentagon officially confirmed the videos were authentic. These pilots, many with decades of experience, testified that what they saw defied the laws of physics as we understand them. Accelerations that should crush a human body, sudden stops mid-air, and movement from sea level to tens of thousands of feet in seconds. To them, it wasn't just a strange object, it was technology beyond anything humans had ever created. And that was the beginning. Once the door opened, more voices followed. Retired military officers, intelligence officials, and whistleblowers began to speak out, claiming that the US government not only had knowledge of these phenomena, but possibly even fragments of non-human technology. What was once ridiculed suddenly became a subject of national hearings. In 2023, history was made. For the first time, former intelligence officers and decorated pilots testified under oath before the US Congress about encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena. They spoke of objects that defied conventional explanations, of sightings confirmed by multiple sensors, and of programs hidden from the public eye. Among them was David Grush, a whistleblower who claimed that the government had long been in possession of non-human craft. Though evidence remains tightly guarded, the fact that such statements were allowed in an official hearing shook the world. And so, we are left with questions. Why this sudden shift? Why, after decades of denial, are we now hearing the language of transparency? Some argue it's simply because technology no longer allows secrecy. Anyone can record and share what they see. Others believe governments may be preparing humanity for something larger, a slow disclosure meant to soften the shock. Still, there are darker theories, that these revelations are diversions, meant to distract from earthly crises. Or perhaps, the truth has been too large to contain any longer. What is undeniable is that reports and testimonies have multiplied in the past decade. From the skies above oceans to the silence of remote deserts, the unknown keeps appearing, and the voices of witnesses keep growing harder to ignore. Are we standing at the edge of a revelation, or building a new mythology for the modern world? Tell us what you think is really happening in the comments, and subscribe for more true stories that echo through time.